This guy in the Volkswagen won't get off my tail. We are headed east to Kansas City from Colorado. I'm dragging the Carmagia behind me. It's gonna live there for the winter, and I'm gonna pick up the 356 project while I'm there. But I'm gonna actually spend a week in Kansas City, and hopefully most of that week is going to be working on the car project. Unky Scott said he might be able to drop by and help me for a little bit. I know a lot of people ask about Unky Scott. So hopefully we'll get to work together again. Yeah, baby. And then Dean might be able to help me out as well. That's my father-in-law. And actually one of his fire trucks is going to be featured at Greaserama. So that's one of the big reasons I'm coming back for the car show, is I wanted to see that happen. He's going to be featured in the Sweet 16. He's just going to be outside of the main building because the fire truck won't fit in there, I don't think. I think it's too big. But anyway, we're going to have some fun. I'm going to share some of those things right now. Getting a little preview at Greaserama of the Sweet 16. Somebody brought their English wheel or their power hammer over here. That's pretty sweet. I always love the judges' picks. That's what these are. Sorry, there's a Corvette behind me. And the old coupe there. And the truck. The theme of this year is trucks. So that remind me anybody of a project, maybe Project 54 that we did. It's not it, but same truck. Look at that pinstripe. I love those kind of details. Just rad. Take a look at these flames here. Kind of faded out there.
Yes.
White and a pinstripe. You guys laying out flames, pay attention. They aren't perfectly straight. They don't have to be. You don't have to be perfect on these things. They still look sweet as hell. Don't be afraid. Yeah, look at this interior. Ladies and gentlemen, it's like the ultra basket weave, and then it's all buffed and polished in here. You can see the reflections. That's just incredible. Yeah, that's top notch right there. Look at this luggage rack up top here. It's actually made of bamboo plywood. We use that on my architectural work all the time for cabinets and things of that nature. It's really cool. The exposed edges of that bamboo plywood are really nice. But man, this car has got $1 million paint job on it. This bus, just gorgeous. Let's look at the back side of this thing. I can see why it got chosen for the Sweet 16 here. There's the motor for all the motor guys there. Looks like, are we K-Drons there? Is that what we got, boys? It is. That's a K-Dron dual carburetor system. I don't know how big the motor is. It'll probably tell us somewhere. And then look at the pinstriping there. That's just fantastic. And this looks like a tribute vehicle. Just an amazing job. And then I always love seeing the little accoutrements that go with these things. Somebody was obviously an airbrush artist. They did I don't know if you guys caught the front emblem. I'll show it again. The front emblem's airbrushed on there to look like chrome. All the pinstriping there. It's obviously, is that hot VWs? Just catching details as I'm walking around here, this pinstripe. Another tiki there. Those are so cool. There's all the details about who did what. Really cool. Really cool. Custom tiki shifter. There we go. The bamboo shelf there. Just an incredible, look at the steering wheel. Another little detail up there. Yeah. There's the airbrushed emblem on the front. Oh, that was invigorating. Took me a little while to get it mounted on the rotisserie there. We're gonna get to work on the bottom. Let's just take a look at what we have to work with and what we're gonna be doing here over the next week or so. This is the front end of the car, and we can see the hood latch has become detached. But it was obviously in some kind of a wreck where this battery box, I think is what they call this, got pretty crunched. So it needs a new floor in it, and then there's a new, I think there's a floor piece that goes under this battery section, or sorry, fuel tank section. The front beam's decent. It's got one little weird spot on one side that I'm gonna need to patch up. Then we take a look at these longitudinals, rocker sections here. And I don't know if the car was dropped, but there's obviously some damage on the rocker panel there, some impact damage. And then you see kind of all of the mess that is, this is the jacking point here. This is the heater blower pipe thing that goes through here and out through the front. And I think it goes up into the vents and things. And then this is your main structural torsion tube here. So, you know, some of this frame is kind of rotten. And then this little spot here doesn't look terribly awesome. And somebody's done some patchwork already back in here. I don't know if I'm super excited about that. I'll tell you, maybe I'll just answer that. I'm not super excited about that. You can see the other side is similar. They've already started somebody at work on the rocker there. They're missing the piece that goes back, missing a little bit of this frame in here. Somebody cut that off already, patched in. Yeah, not excited about that. But these floors aren't terrible, actually. The back section of the floor isn't terrible, but they cut out a big section of it over there. I don't know. So anyway, you can see they did a little patchwork here on the front, new pieces there. But I think the thing to do is to get the doors on this sucker and then start attacking this mid section through here. I think one of the most important pieces as you're getting ready to attack's a good word, a car like this, is the analysis phase, and that's where I'm at. You can tell this thing was hit down here, and if you remember, this door had a dent in the bottom of it, and I think that came from this rocker panel. The good news is, look at the gap here. The gap is sweet. The belt line, right on the money. That gap is pretty dang good. I mean, where we're at to start this door, I can body work the stuff here. On the other side, where it didn't look like there was a wreck, we don't line up, probably a 1/4 inch off. That means this car has got a little twist in it. Just a little. When I look at the bottom, you can sort of pick this door up and pull it, maybe. Yep. There it goes. So that rock, it's sitting right on the rocker. That gap looks a lot better. That belt line looks good. This front edge is all kinds of funky. Now, this fender is trash. You can tell where it was rotted, was right where those holes are. So this fender can be adjusted. But what my thought is that rocker is funkadelic. I've got to pay very close attention with this rocker panel. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the far side. This one's already had a bunch of work done to it. Somebody did a bunch of work. I wish they hadn't, but they did. On that side, we're going to weld in some bracing to keep that door opening exactly like it is. Then we can start cutting that rocker panel out and getting the new one in place. And I know if the new one goes right back where the old one was, that door opening is going to be just what I want. So that's where we're going to start. So let's analyze this a little bit. I've been trying to make sense of this. I think, because you're looking at it upside down and sort of backwards. Obviously, outer rocker skin is here. We can chop that off right now, no problems. There's some kind of a spacer there. I know I've seen replacements. The jack point, I've seen replacements for. Not worried about that. These pipes, I haven't seen replacements for yet. Maybe they're in my boxes. If they're not, it's okay. I think there's some kind of, what is this piece? I don't know, but then this piece back in here, maybe this is the longitudinal. I know it's inside out from what I would think. Yeah, that's it. This is the longitudinal right here. So it goes back and then I think it kind of makes a turn. So the longitudinal is that piece. So I know it connects here. So it comes around and forms the lip for the floor pan. Okay, we got it. Then I guess it encloses that pipe. Cool. But then there's this panel on the inside of that, which is the red thing here, that I don't think I have, but I'm pretty sure I could make that. It looks pretty simple. Now we've got it flipped down. Outside rocker, this is the door sill, I have that. And then that piece that goes inside, the longitudinal I have. I don't have the inner door sill. So I think the previous owner was planning to patch this up somehow, which is totally doable. All I'm doing is making sure, I guess, I don't want to cut this. Need to be positive that that does not get cut. So we're going to cut from this side out, I think is my first move. I forgot to record an ending for this one. That is it for day one on the Kansas City trip on the 356. We'll catch you guys on the next one.